Uh, there we go. Ohio's in the house. I see Hunter, New York. What else we got over here in the house? What we got? I got Virginia Beach. I've got Kansas. Is that Chanute, Kansas? All right, Miss Katie, girl. And then I see what else we got. We've got some more Ohio, Pennsylvania. What else we got going in the house? So y'all put in the chat where you guys are zooming in from. And I'm so happy and so excited. And again, welcome to Monday's main event. It is the main event, guys. I'm telling you, I have been just so excited all day long. I was telling John a little bit earlier today, you know what? I'm all messed up with time and mixing my times up, and I'm just ready to rock and roll, guys. But I'm just so happy that you are here. You are going to get a lot of information, and this is our team Zoom. You're part of Jim Tanner's organization somewhere or another, and this is our team Zoom. We do this every Monday, and we do a lot of celebrations. We do some trainings. We do information on events and all those things that are coming up that you guys need to know about. And you're going to hear this a lot from me. It is so very much important that you get in the room, guys. It's important that you be in the rooms. Anytime you hear or see me tell you to be in the room, you definitely need to be there. As a matter of fact, guys, I'm just going to share this with you. I didn't have a screen, but just right quick, and then I'm going to get ready to turn it over to the man of the hour, Mr. John Fehrenbach. But if you haven't already done so, you want to make sure that you join the Agents of Change Facebook group, guys. I'm telling you, there's a lot of information that goes there. There's recognition. We kind of keep you up to date about what's going on. We also recognize you guys for whatever it is, whatever the win is. We like to recognize you, as well as get invited members to your team to that Facebook group. If you don't know what I'm talking about, my name is right there on the screen. What I want you to do is look me up. I promise you, I am the only Cineura Dantzler in the world with a name spelled like that. Look me up, and then we'll get you added over to the Agents of Change Facebook group. Well, I've taken enough time, and John's probably never going to ask me to kick us off again. But without further ado, I am going to introduce to you Mr. John Fehrenbach. Not only is he one of my dearest friends and also one of my business partners, and we work really closely together. We have so much fun, guys. I'm telling you, being in this business, having the opportunity to meet Mr. John Fehrenbach has been amazing. Now, I'm going to share a little bit about him to you, but I'm going to let him share as well too. But guys, he's over in Ohio and he is killing it. He is crushing it. He is one of our top recruiters, one of our top producers. He is an executive director. You know what? I take it back. He is not just an executive director. He's actually moved up to a bronze executive director. Yes, he will share with you how he does it and what it needs and what it takes for you to get there too, because we don't hide being successful in this team. We share with each other so that we all can rise together and can be successful. Without further ado, over to Mr. John Fehrenbach, my friend and also one of my mentors. I can't wait to grow up and be just like you, John.
We could all use a spoonful of Cineura, right? Holy mackerel. I'm going to ask you to kick off this meeting every Monday night. That was just wonderful, full of excitement. If my excitement jar was empty, I know where I'm going. I'm going to Colorado, where Cineura Dantzler, a market leader in Colorado, is kicking it, and she is. Oh, no wonder Colorado's like fallen into wherever Cineura lives. Colorado's just everybody's headed moving into that area. Cineura, thank you very much. What a lovely way to kick off this meeting. Hey, good evening, everybody. You'll notice one of our business partners is not with us this evening, Mr. Jim Tanner. He's in Atlanta. He's helping them out with their They had some kind of a business overview meeting they had there, and I'm sure that there was a social that will end up afterwards. And he said, you and Sonora got this. And we said, okay. We're going to miss you, Jim. I promise you, we are going to miss you. But listen, we're going to do the best we can. I got some information. Some of this information I'm going to throw out here might be a repeat for you. And the reason I decided to bring some of these slides into this is because some of you can't make it to like our Monday morning meetings and things of that sort. And then we'll get into some recognition, and then we'll get into some training. So while I'm going through these slides, start thinking in your head who on your team's doing something, who's made a phone call that they were hesitant about making, who's sold a plan, who might have rank advanced, and it might be you. Raise your hand. Let us know when we get to that section. You'll know when that happens because the voice will change again back to Sonora. We'll let Sonora lead us through the recognition part of our program this evening. So if you give me a second here, let me share my screen. Boom. There we go. And why is that? Oh, that is there because get out of here. Okay. All right. You guys can all see what I can see, obviously, which is a good thing. So we've all heard of this Financial Freedom Boot Camp, which is Friday and Saturday, August 8th and 9th in Cookeville, Tennessee. Listen, Sonora said that I'm going to share my journey to bronze. um, you at this boot camp are going to get journeys to platinum and just know how to build a successful foundational success team business, and that is what this Cookville event is all about. And they call it financial freedom, and it's really about building a business that is going to give you financial freedom through leveraging of a team, through residual income, and so on and so forth. So I'm telling you, this truly is a place that you want to be. Friday and Saturday is the actual training. You're going to have two 3-hour sessions on Friday, and then there's a team cookout and pool party at the Richest Ranch Friday night. And then there'll be another 3-hour session on Saturday. Should end, I think, around noon, 1 o'clock-ish, if I'm not mistaken. And if you're driving, you can, if you decided that you could beat feet at home right after that last session. The cost is $39. Now, it's not that Mark Riches needs your $39, but what they do need is a commitment. So they're asking us all for $39 uh, to uh, to help defray some of the costs. We'll just put it that way. But it's also your commitment that you're going to be there. I've heard that the room's close to selling out. So if you haven't yet, make sure you go to our team website. And I didn't bring over those slides, but go to our team website, click on the shopping cart, and that'll open up several things that you can buy. And one of them is the ticket to the Financial Freedom Boot Camp. It is at the Holiday Inn on South Willow Avenue. Uh, Thursday night, there's a bunch of us that are coming in Thursday, like myself. So we're going to have just a little casual get together Thursday night at the rooftop of the hotel. The 1091 rooftop is what it's called. And that's on South Willow Avenue. And we'll be there from about 8 to 10 o'clock, or I am assuming that bar closes at 10. That's why Jim put 10. But come hang out with us, share an adult beverage or a Coke or whatever your pleasure is. And let's just get to know each other. For me, being in the room is truly more about getting to know my fellow Legal Shield associates, my fellow business partners, uh, the family, if you will, getting to know the family. And this is one of those events, along with the cookout, that will definitely help. We've been talking about this book all month by Brene Brown, Dare to Lead. I'm about halfway through it. I got to get going, but it's been a wonderful book. If you have any desire to be a leader, and leaders don't necessarily have to be this guy that sits on a Zoom like I am this evening and announces all these things. Leaders can lead quietly, be a servant leader, and she talks about all that in this book. And I think that when you're a business owner, I think leading is part of that, and leading a team if that's what you want to be, or leading a group of clients to uh, better legal care and better identity protection. So make sure you're checking that out. We are all about personal development. Get in the habit of reading 10 pages of a book a day, or some type of personal growth type of thing. It's 3,650 pages if you're reading 10 pages a day. So get in that habit. You'll find that will amongst anything else that you do, that will really help lift your business, help lift the confidence you have in yourself as you learn the techniques of personal development. Team meet and greets. We talk about this just about all the time, and I think it's important. So these team meet and greets are 30 minutes. They start at 5 p.m. Central, 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can do the rest of the times. If you need help, let us know. But it is at stwzoom.com. They're about 30 minutes. And it's not a business overview, but it is a different way to look at the business. We talk about the three-legged stool. And we also throw in testimonials into that. 3 or 4 or 5, I think, is what they try and get. And keep it to 30 minutes all at the same time. But if you have a prospect who has gone through the overview, they've been through the orientation, you've talked to them once, and they may still be hesitant, or they're thinking about it, or whatever their situation is, don't ever be afraid to invite them to these team meet and greets. Now, if you invite them to a team meet and greet, make sure you're there. I would say make sure you're there anyways. Okay, so let's just throw that out there. But if you have somebody there, make sure you're there. Just to show that you go to these and the rest of the team goes these. It lets them know that it's not just you and them on an island. It's you and all the rest of these people who are part of success team. And there's a certain amount of confidence that happens with that, number one. And then number two, hopefully one of the testimonials they'll relate to, and it'll give them maybe a little bit more confidence to jump into becoming an associate. If you don't have somebody on there, I would still encourage that you come to these team meet and greets. Do I probably think I have a slide, but it's past this. I think I screwed up with my slides a little, but that's okay. Come to these team meet and greets. Be active in the chat. Don't ask questions. Don't answer questions. Just be active. If there's something that you really like about what the speaker said, say something about it. Or if they ask you to put a one in the chat because you've been a victim of identity theft, throw a one in the chat. Whatever it might be, just be active. Two things with that, right? It helps give the speaker some energy, which sometimes we need. And secondly, it shows people out there that this is it is live. I know the one meet and greet, somebody was saying somebody waved their hand, so I know this is live. And I guess if you haven't been to one, you still question whether it's live or not, right? Because it is just a Zoom meeting, and there's nothing really that shows you that it's live other than we know it's live. So, our weekly team building meeting is this Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Time. Again, it's at stwzoom.com. And for those of you that have any kind of desire of building a team, whether it's warm market, cold market, come to these team building trainings. We try and share as much information as we can about team building and how to build a team. And I want to say secrets, but there's really no secrets in this business. So we try and share everything that we can. And every time I go to one of these, I hear something different that I didn't hear before. And I've been going to these, I think well, I don't know how long they've been going on, but since they started, I've been going to them. So I would encourage you to go to them as well. There's a sales master class this coming Saturday, and it's a commercial driver's legal plan is what the topic is going to be. Again, that 10 a.m. time is central, and it is with chatwiththepros.com. That's where you would go to that, chatwiththepros.com. Sonora, do you know if you have to register for that or can you just go to that? No registration required. Thank you. So just go to chatwiththepros.com, and usually those classes last, the actual training lasts somewhere around 50 minutes to an hour, and then they go into questions and answers. I've seen those classes last 40, hour and 45 minutes, and that last 45 minutes is just questions and answers. You don't have to stick around for those, I guess is my point. But a lot of people with, getting little detailed information based on their particular scenarios. And do we know who is running this class, Sonora? I'm sorry.
Christine Sealing.
Okay, Christine, what's the last name?
Sealing.
Stan Sealy?
Sealing.
Sealing. Okay. So that's who's running this commercial drivers class on and Legal Shield only puts the folks that know these plans inside and out. And they probably have a bunch under their belt, not probably, bunch under their belt sold, and they know how to talk to drivers, and they're there to impart their wisdom on the rest of the Legal Shield world. So if you have any desire, any even curious about commercial drivers' legal plans, and those are for truck drivers if you don't know that, well, mostly truck drivers, jump into that class. This is a quick slide on the super regionals. Houston, Texas was this past weekend. The next one up is August the 24th. If I can let you into a little secret, and I I think Jim is well, I know Jim is all in on this. If you have a choice between going to one of these super regionals and going to our financial freedom boot camp, go to the boot camp. Go to the boot camp. It's intimate training. It's the best place really to launch your business. These super regionals are good, and I understand the one this past weekend was excellent. But from a one-on-one standpoint and the actual nitty-gritty nuts and bolts training, you're going to get that from the Financial Freedom Boot Camp that our team's putting on. So if you have to make a choice, that would be the suggestion. Um, every Monday night, and I have a date in here, and obviously that date is this evening. We have a business opportunity Zoom. It's at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 Central, 5 Mountain, 4 Pacific. And it's at this Zoom link, which was sent out to everybody today through Jim's email if you didn't see it. Okay. So, what can you do to help us make this successful? So, typically, it's Sonora and myself that do this business opportunity Zoom. One of us do the first half, which is the products, and so one of us do the second half, which is the opportunity part of this. And then we tell them to get back to the person that invited them to this, and they will get them signed up. So and that was a nutshell version of it. So what can you do to help make this successful? Well, number one, invite your guests. If you have warm market, a friend, whoever it is, invite your guests to this, and let them know that it lasts anywhere from 30 minutes to 45 minutes, depending on how talkative John gets. Um, Consider giving a testimonial yourself. Okay. Um, Sometimes the testimonials can seem a little overwhelming, but we're happy to help you. If you want to write one out and send it to us, or call us and talk through it, we're happy to do that with you. I put Sonora's phone number up there along with mine and our email addresses. I did get the right one, Sonora, for you. Yes. Thank you. Feel free to contact us. The more testimonials we have, the more interesting it makes that business overview altogether for all of us. So, and then, again, be active in the chat. Don't ask a lot of questions. Don't answer any questions, and stay engaged. If there's something about one of the plans that excites you, "Oh, I love that part of the plan," or I love that I get, unlimited consultation or whatever it might be. And it just, again, it's something that just helps keep uh, um, us focused and gives us energy, and it keeps you engaged as well. So these are business opportunity Zooms. Honestly, I mean, you could bring somebody who's never seen anything to this business opportunity Zoom, and they could see this from front to end and decide that they want to become an associate. And that's okay. All right. So that's what these are for. We have them every Monday night for you to invite your guests to. And pretty much without fail. I think even on holidays we've had them. I don't think we've skipped one. I don't remember skipping one in a long time. Okay, good. Thanks, Sonora. This next slide, if you're interested in the small business, small group training schedule. Now, I took, if you'll notice, the top is the end of this month, and the bottom is what they have scheduled for next month. I don't expect you to be able to write all of these down, but we can certainly show you where these are located in Ellis Engage, which is your Legal Shield back office, and under resources and then small business, small group, you can find this training schedule. And it's in well, it's a Google Docs spreadsheet. And at the bottom, there's different tabs for every month. So pay attention to that. But right now, this is what they have scheduled out for the next 2 months here, or the end of this month and next month. Some of these are virtual. You'll notice there's states that are attached to those. Most of these are in person that I'm looking at. Other than the virtual Canada, there's a virtual corporate that's supposed to happen on the 25th. If you ever have any questions, if you'll notice at the top, email full service training at PPLSI. Or if you're trying to get registered for one, can't figure it out, can't get one of us on the phone, again, full service training at PPLSI. They'll help you get registered for any one of these classes. In-person classes are, I want to say, $49. If you take a virtual class, it is $69. But this is the beginning of you doing employee benefits if that's what you want to do. Okay. So it's called small business, small group training or certification. Excuse me. And then we have recognition with Miss Sonora Dantzler. I'm going to turn it over to her for a little bit of recognition here this evening. You want my slide to keep going, or you want to see everybody?
We can keep the slide going, but guys, I'm just so happy and excited. So let's do it. Let's congratulate you all. Let's celebrate. I'm going to start it off because I'm excited and I want to recognize each and every single one of you. So go ahead. You're more than welcome to open up the chat. I want to congratulate each and every one of you for being on tonight live. And we do
Woohoo!
understand that sometimes we have that people can't attend us live, but I want to congratulate if you are looking and listening to the replay, congratulate yourself. So give yourself a high five and claps. Hey, pat yourself on the back because you already know where you need to be. And you always hear from me, and I'm always telling you that you need to be in the room because you never know what it is that you're going to see or even to hear that is going to help you with elevating your business. So I'm going to say right now, if you've got anything, and it doesn't matter how big or small it is, but it's a win, go ahead and raise your hand. Raise your virtual hand if you'd like. Or if you can't figure that out, go ahead and get yourself on camera and just raise your hand. And then we can go ahead and start calling on whoever you would like to celebrate. Hey, and if it's even yourself, pat yourself on the back. Come on, everybody. Who's got some exciting wins and things that's going on from last week? Or if you weren't even with us last week, come on and share it with the family. This is your family. I don't see no hands. Where the hands at? Where the hands at? Let me change the view here and see if I got any hands going on. Okay, everybody's shy. So, I'm a share. I'm a share. Guys, let me tell you what happened to me between last week and this week. And no, don't laugh at me, okay? Don't laugh at me. But it is definitely a win, okay? So, one of the wins that I had was that I contacted two CDL companies. One of them said, no, leave me alone. I'm not interested. However, that wasn't quite the words that they used. So we're going to keep this PG-13. And then the second person told me, well, they actually didn't answer. I got a voicemail. And then also I enrolled a member, but the member that I enrolled, y'all, let me tell you, it's been follow up for about, I don't know, 2 years, 3 years, something like that. She is my nail stylist, guys. And right, we go in, I get my nails done, I sit there for an hour, and I don't even know how long. But she's my nail stylist. But guess what? I've been following up and following up and following up with her. And she was like, oh, you still do that legal thing? I was like, yeah. How can I help you? So that's also a win for me. And then also from a member that I enrolled, because we always ask for referrals, I got two from them. And I'm just so happy and excited for that as well. And something else, and I enjoy it every week, every Monday, is presenting the opportunity presentation for all of you and all of your guests that are attending every Monday that you heard John talk about. All right. So enough of me. So let's see who else we got here. I saw the first hand up was Miss Jamie Berry.
So I have a win. So while I was out in the community, guys, minding my business, not minding my business, getting some food for the kids, I was at a pizza parlor, and of course, y'all, for y'all who don't know me, I love to lead with, how are y'all benefits? Like, what y'all benefits like? Are they good? Are you full time here? Anyway, so I actually got a chance to run into the decision maker, and I have a decision maker meeting set up for a potential group. So I'm excited about that. So back over to you, Miss Cineura. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Miss Jamie, for sharing. And yes, that is a win. Because did you guys just hear what she said? That's the important part. She was out of her neighborhood. She was minding her business, not minding her business, and she was able to get a win. It is just that simple, guys. Just that simple. Next hand I see up right now. I see Mr. Fehrenbach. Go ahead, Mr. John.
So the gentleman that came in to the team here last week, Eric, he went through a special orientation training that I was invited to, and it was really cool. And he was asking a lot of great questions, and he's just getting himself launched and ready to go. So I'm super excited for him. Miss Cottrell, is Sharon in the room here? She's like knocking it out of the park too. She's not in the room. I got to share her. Sharon Cottrell, she's just knocking out of the park. She recruited a couple people last week, and she has a couple plans sold. She's just doing wonderful, and she's just got that grit, that determination. That's just, I don't know. It's hard to put a finger on. She's just doing a wonderful job out there. So I'd like to say congratulations to her, and welcome to the new folks that she's brought onto the team.
All right, all right. Well, congratulations, John. Congratulations, Miss Sharon. But I know that we have some other wins out there. Who made a phone call today? Or from last Monday, who called somebody? Who showed somebody a video? Who showed somebody one of the events or attended a live event? Who gave a place the placement mats or shared the information with anybody? Who started talking to somebody about Legal Shield because you were just so excited about it? I know we've got some more wins. So I'm going to give you guys just another moment or so just to share. And you know what, guys? Again, this is your family. This is your league. This is some of your Legal Shield family. And you can share with us. No win is too small. So who would like to share anything that they've done in their business? And as you heard me say, I reached out to somebody and they said, no, I ain't interested. And those were the nice words. But again, the win, guys, on that is that I made the call. I made the call. And that is a win. Who else got something for me? Who else got something for me there? Come on, raise your hand, or you can do your hand like that. It doesn't matter. Go ahead and share with me. Come on, y'all. Let me see. Where was y'all at? Because my husband and I are getting ready to be empty nesters, and we travel a lot. So guess what? I'm gonna come to your town and do an event, and we're gonna invite you and your guests there, and we're gonna have some more wins. Let me see. Where you at? Where y'all at here? Let me see where y'all at. Come on, y'all. Share with me. Share with me. I got one more minute or so because I want to hear all your wins and congratulate you for
Hey,
all of those
Sonora, if
wins
they
that
can't
you've gotten.
find if they can't find the hand, they can just unmute and start talking.
You can
Well,
just unmute and start talking. Go ahead. It look like Miss Katie want to do something up there. I see you, Miss Katie. Go ahead, Miss Katie. I see you. She want to share something.
She said,
And
"Don't
Miss,
call on me."
what is that? Miss Virginia. She want to share something too. I see her lovely face over there too. Donnie, I know you got something going on. Teresa, Mr. Wesley, Miss or Miss Owner. I'm not sure who that is right there. I got Floyd, Sam, Miss Edna, Miss Karen, Mr. Ricardo. All right, I think I get everybody now
I
because
think
I
you
had to
did.
move the grid a little bit. All right, guys. So I'm going to give everybody a little bit of homework, okay? Because I'm going to see you next Monday. Do me the biggest favor and share with me a win next week. Again, that win could be you made a phone call to call somebody, or you sent out your video, and we can track when people look at it. You sent out your video and they haven't watched it yet, but the win is that you sent it out and that you're going to follow up on it. It doesn't matter. A win is a win. All right. And then also, another homework and another favor for me, I'm going to ask is get your team to this as well too, because we have so much fun together. If you're not having fun in this business, y'all, wait till I see y'all in Cookville. Wait till I see y'all in Cookville. We're gonna have so much fun. All right, back to
Wait,
you,
I'm
John.
gonna share a
Oh,
quick
I'm
one
sorry.
before we get off.
Go ahead, Karen.
I got to
Go ahead,
meet.
Karen.
I got to go in and meet 4 new business owners. And so right now I'm forming a relationship, and in another week I will go back and tell them about what I do.
Congratulations. That's wonderful.
There we go. There we go. Guys, that's a win. That's a win because what did she do? She took action. Back to you, John.
Well, listen, everybody. Being that we don't have hundreds of hours of wins tonight, you get tortured by me a little bit more, I suppose. I do have a little training, if you guys don't mind. I can't find all of a sudden. There it is. Holy mackerel! What am I doing? We are going to talk a little bit about Performance Club. Now, listen. I know that everybody has heard about Performance Club. Give me 1 second here to get my screen back to normal. There we go. Okay. I know that we all know about Performance Club, but listen, this is truly the baseline of our business. We talk about doing 2 presentations a day, and that's what those 2 presentations a day that's what it's driving you towards is getting yourself Performance Club qualified. So I want to spend a little bit of time talking about it tonight because I think whatever you focus on is what grows. And I know, again, I know there's a lot of you that have heard about Performance Club, but I guess what I'm confused about is maybe some of you don't really understand that this club is really rewarding you for consistently doing the actions it takes to be successful in this business. So that's what Performance Club is all about. It's not just, hey, I'm in Performance Club this month and I'm not next month, and I am this month and I'm not next month. That's no fun. That's no fun at all because you never see a bonus. You don't qualify for any trips. Nothing happens if that's the case. So it's rewarding you for consistency. Okay. So what exactly are the baseline points? So every premium dollar that you sell. So if you sell a $29.95 Legal Shield, basic Legal Shield plan, the company rounds that up to 30 and gives you 30 Performance Club points. Okay. So it's $29.95 in premium, you get 30 Performance Club points. If you sell a $37.95 preferred plan, you will get 38 Performance Club points. So for every plan dollar that you sell, you will get Performance Club points. And so to consistently to get you to 150 Performance Club points, you would need to sell 5 basic plans a month. 5 times 30 is 150. Okay, that's it. I think about it, and it's like 5 plans. I mean, how hard can that be? How hard can that be? If you're talking to people about this, if you are consistently making the effort, if you're consistently doing what you're supposed to be doing in this business to get to that 150 points, how else can you get points? Well, you know somebody who could use an extra $500 a month. You know somebody who is interested in building a business and building residual income. Well, you recruit them into the business and they purchase their own Legal Shield plan, and that's 50 points for the recruit plus 30 points for their plan, okay? Because assuming they bought the basic plan. So that would be 80 points altogether. If that person were to fast start qualify, that would earn you another 50 points towards Performance Club, okay? And also, obviously, they're earning points towards their Performance Club. So they fast start qualify. Typically, they're going to Performance Club qualify, and that helps you also with 50 points. I don't want to confuse it too much, but it's not they earn points or you earn points. You can both earn points together. So you help them fast start qualify, you get 50 points, they're probably Performance Club qualified. Also, if you're into the employee benefits spectrum and you open a new qualified group. So what is a qualifying group? If I'm not mistaken, I think it's a minimum of $150 in premium. That makes that a qualified group, and that gets you 50 points for opening a new qualified group. So those are how you earn points. Okay, you're qualifying. You have to have a minimum of 150 points. But Mr. Fehrenbach, what happens if I get 250 points? What happens with that extra 150 points? Is there some kind of bonus? Well, yes and no. What they're going to do is they're going to use the 150 points for this month. They're going to take the extra 100 that you earned this month and they're going to move it into next month. So you need 150 for next month as well, right? They're going to take the 100 you earned from this month, move it into next month. Now you only need to get 50 more points to Performance Club qualify for next month. You hear us talk about the 300 Club. Now, basically, if you earn 300 points, you qualify for this month and next month because that's 150 for this month and 150 for next month. So what does that get you, right? Besides, you know that it's a consistency bonus. Well, the company sends you money. Starting at month 3, that you'll start to earn a $300 bonus. And that goes clear through month 11. And in month 12, that bonus goes to $300. In month 24, it goes to $400. And in month 36, it goes to $500. Now, you heard Mr. Riches talk about his Performance Club check was, I don't know, $4,000, I think is what he said it was. It was pretty big. There's other ways to earn Performance Club bonuses on top of this baseline. So that's the reason you want to be in this Performance Club, not only because you can create your own bonuses, but as your team is performing and folks are getting Performance Club qualified, you will also start to earn bonuses on top of bonuses. So that's why Performance Club is just so important. Performance Club itself almost funds your whole business for you. Okay. So how do you check your Performance Club points? Well, on the Success Team website, it's right here at the top. You'll see it says Performance Club points. If it's green, you're Performance Club qualified for that month. If it's red, you're not quite there. So if you had 145, it'd be red. You'd need 5 more points. At 261, you're Performance Club qualified for this month. And you have what? Another 50, 60, 110 points. It's going to 111 points. It's going to roll over to next month, okay, to help you continue qualifying. But that's where you find your Performance Club points. We'll talk about a couple of ways that make sense to, again, this talks about every point. It talks about the bonuses. I was ahead of myself in the slides. I get so excited about Performance Club because it literally funds your business. It's the check you get around the 7th of the month, and it can help pay for if you wanted to get shirts or whatever else you would need. It helps pay for all that stuff, if not just your plan and Ellis Advantage. Those are the annual bonuses. I was way ahead of myself. I'm sorry. So here's one way. You recruit two new associates with a $29.95 basic membership, right? Legal Shield membership. That's 160 points. Boom. You're automatically Performance Club qualified. And as it states at the bottom, if you fast start qualified just one of them, that's 210 points. Now, again, you get anything over 150 rolls over to your to next month. One of the best ways to PC qualify every month is to get in the habit of two exposures. I like to say two presentations as opposed to exposures. Two presentations every day. So I want to know every day, and this is why I say it rewards you for consistency. I want to know that I've made two presentations every day. Now, it could be by sitting down with somebody at lunch and using the placemat brochure and giving them a presentation in person. It could be a presentation with a decision maker where I'm talking about Legal Shield and ID Shield and how to use it as an employee benefit, or talking to them about the small business plans. It could be the Melissa Peters video that I send to somebody that I know is interested in the plan, with the caveat of the follow-up. I send them the video, make sure they got the link to the video, and then I make sure they watch the video. So for me, making sure that they watch the video is, I consider that a presentation. If they told me that they said, yes, I watched the video, I asked them what they like best about it, and see if I can enroll them in a plan. So that would be the presentation. Just sending them the video, it's up to you, but I think that knowing that they watched it makes that circle complete and makes that a presentation. Okay. So listen, let's make today count. Let's get Performance Club qualified. I think that just being Performance Club qualified in and of itself, again, it's the baseline for the trips. It's a consistency. It shows that you're being consistent in your business, and if you're looking to point at something that is a determiner if you're being consistent or not. The company has it built in. It's called Performance Club. Get yourself Performance Club qualified every month. Start earning those bonuses. Once you start earning those bonuses, listen, you'll never not be Performance Club qualified, or you might be kicking yourself because you missed it a month for some reason. So make sure you get yourself Performance Club qualified. What time is it? It's 9:45. All right. I am going to do something that we're going to be very careful about. I want to open up tonight to questions. Now, before you ask a question, I would really like it to be for the good of the whole group, okay? If it's like a super specific, I have this person who's 6 foot tall and I want to know if size 30 pants would fit on them or something like that. I don't know if that's good for the whole group, but maybe you have a question like, where do I find, I don't know, how to get Fast Start qualified, or where do I find text messages that I can share? I'm gonna try and answer some questions. If you want to unmute and ask a question, or if you would just like to throw it into the chat, I would be happy to answer any questions, and I may, ask Cineura so you're ready to jump in if I'm totally off base or just don't know the answer. And if we don't know the answer, you can get, I don't know. How's that? So I'm getting to the chat here, so give me a second. Use your membership today, Monday, right? So questions do you have? Feel free to unmute yourself. Vaughn, you always have questions. Facebook group. Is it just Flat Out Agents? Are you looking it up? I gotta hold on a minute. So Sonori just posted that Facebook, and a great question, by the way. I think I had to ask like 27 times because I'm still using FaceTime, or I don't know, whatever it is. Any questions for the good of the group? Come on, folks. I know somebody has something. Somebody's got to break the ice. We already had somebody ask about Facebook. Oh, that's why Von's not asking any questions. He's not here. Oh, he had something going on this evening. I forgot about that. Well, listen, if there's no questions, I'm not going to hold you all here. Go ahead.
I'm going to hold you all hostage. That's what I'm going to do.
No,
I'm
you
just
are
kidding.
not. No, you are not.
I would do nothing of the sort. When you talk to someone in person, like a daycare, how do you start the conversation? John, you want to take that one?
I don't, of course I do.
No.
So I I guess in general, as opposed to answering, specific to a daycare, in general, I think that Jamie had asked, some neat questions. Do you guys, offer benefits? Do you feel your benefits are attracting, the right kind of people? If I had something that I felt might help you, could I get 15 minutes of your time to show you what my company offers, and see if you get 15 minutes with them. I know that when I purchased a vehicle, I asked where the general manager was, and I walked into his office and I said, "Hey, I just bought a car. Your salesman was great. Thank you very much. I work for a company that offers legal and identity protection that they offer to employees, and they give it to them at a discount if it's something that your dealership would be interested in. Can I get 15 minutes of your time?" And he says, "Yeah, sit down right now." Of course, I wasn't prepared for him. So I got a time later and we sat down, and it was a group that I opened. I was in my optometrist office, similar situation. And I said, "Hey, listen, we've become friends because I show up every year and buy way too expensive glasses from him." So anyways, he was asking me if I was busy. I says, "Yeah, blah, 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 blah." I said, I don't know if I've told you about my latest business I got involved with. Actually, it's been about 4 years, but we offer this wonderful employee benefit. You think I can get 15 minutes of your time?" And another guy looked up his schedule. "Well, I got time right now." You got to be kidding me. What is going on? So I scheduled a time with him as well, and put on a proper decision maker meeting. So I just kind of stumble through it. I don't know if there's any super thing that you say, kind of feel it in the moment, find out if they offer employee benefits. If you had something that they could offer that was an opt-in type of benefit that covers legal fees and identity protection, would that be something you'd at least give me 15 minutes to tell you about? I mean, I tell them how much time I'm going to take. Give me 15 minutes, give me 10 minutes, because the presentation does not take that long unless they're curious, and then they start asking questions, and then your 15 minutes typically could roll into half an hour, and then it's just a matter of doing the paperwork. We decision maker meetings. You're going to close somewhere around 80% of them. So every 8 out of 10 decision maker meetings you get, you're going to close, because folks really. Um, they see the value. They see the value in it. The general manager, I mean, he purchased his own plans. I gave a presentation. He was in it, and he signed up for his own plans. So and that's important, right? Lends some credibility to the rest of the group. So how about over the phone? I got a list of 50 plumbers I wrote down. I think with plumbers, because typically they're loan, unless it's like we have Miracle Plumbing, and I don't know how many guys he has working for him, But typically plumbers are, just one or two guys running around in a truck unclogging drains, unless it's a union, right? I might approach them with our business plans first. Find out if they're interested in the approach. I'm not an expert in the approach on all these things, so I'm just kind of giving you some things that I would think about if I was going to approach plumbers. I'd probably ask them if they ever run into, legal issues that they're just unsure how to handle. And that they say, well, of course I do, and say, you might say something like, well, I represent a company that gives you access to attorneys, just like, you know the bigger plumbing companies, they keep attorneys on staff. You would have access to these attorneys 24/7 to help you with any of your business needs and to protect you against any kind of civil suits. I think that's the words I would definitely use, is to protect you against any civil suits that may come across your desk, because that's the big thing, that one of the big things that they worry about. Help you with collection letters, help you with, just think about the things as a business that are hard. Okay. Collection letters. I have to reach out to an attorney, pay them, $150 to write a collection letter. Holy smokes. With Legal Shield, they just send, here, I need a collection written, and boom, it's part of their plan. Any kind of legal advice, I'm thinking about expanding my business. Or I just wrote a new contract with a new company. Who do I have make sure that my interests are protected? Just think about those things as a business person, what you would want to have covered, and kind of just touch on those things, and get an appointment to talk to them. And once you have the appointment to talk to them, then you can lay out the whole thing in front of them. I don't know. Is that helpful at all?
John,
Yes.
can I interject a little bit?
Oh, absolutely.
So, we have a team meeting, which is at, I believe, 9 o'clock Central, but at 10 o'clock Central, they have a group scoop, and it's a small business group scoop. And what they do is they go through these same steps that you're talking about on how to talk to small business owners. And every week they even do a mock decision maker meeting, or just things to do, and they call it a discovery meeting. So you want to ask questions to make sure that you're going to offer them the right plan, because you can actually ask questions before you even look at that sheet. You can ask them how many employees they have, and you can ask them, like, what are their ups and downs in their businesses, so you can kind of get an idea. But the group scoop has one.
I
And
forgot about.
if you miss the group scoop, they post it on Wednesdays in their Facebook page.
That is correct. And then also, guys, I'm highly, highly going to recommend, if this is something that you are interested in doing, which is talking with small businesses, doing employee businesses, knowing what lingo to do, et cetera, et cetera. John covered earlier where there is the trainings that you definitely want to attend, the full service training. They go over all of the questions that you're actually asking now about how to approach small businesses like daycare centers, etc. They also give you tools to use to approach larger companies. I'm going to tell you this up front too. The sweet spot is approaching the companies with 100 employees and less that are local to your community, where we call it like the hub office or the main office is somewhere local, and it's not like in a whole different state. And the reason this is because there's a lot of red tape. You have to get to the person who makes the decisions for the company. And that person is not necessarily the HR person. It could be the owner of the company. It could be board members. I'm telling you, it could be a lot. We're not discouraging you to work with businesses, large businesses, etc. It's just that it takes longer. So to give yourself avoidance and headaches, you want to work with the smaller companies where there's not so many employees, where the person that is the decision maker could be the owner of the company, or you're talking directly with them, kind of like what John was just explaining with his optometrist. You want to work with the smaller companies so that, as we would say, you won't be a starving artist. And what that means is that you could be making money as you're pursuing the big companies while you're also working on the smaller companies. But that's also not to say with working with your warm market. And I know you're probably going to say to me, oh, I've gone through them all and everything else like that. That's okay. Who do they know that you need to know? Because it might not be for them, it might not be their season, but I promise you, they know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody that you'll be able to bless and help. So don't necessarily think that the person told you no and all of that. For that first no, it's just not the right season for them. You just heard me share with you how my nail stylist, and I promise you, it's been more than 2 years, but I've been talking to her about Legal Shield and my services. And then she came to me, you still do that legal thing, because that's what they call it. And then I also asked her, well, who do you know that I can help? Who do you know that I know? If you want to use that, you can. That is something also that I learned in our full service training. So if you have not already done that, I'm highly going to recommend that you take that class, and don't just be in the class, physically be in the class, mentally be in the class, take copious notes so that you can take out of it and then put it into action.
Okay,
I saw
Cineura.
another. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
I want to say something real quick, and this is a tip I got from one of our team meetings from Linda Pitt. Linda Pitt said if you're going to start doing companies or small businesses, do them with 10 and under. And these will be your practice businesses. So if they say no, you're not losing out on that many employees. And it's a way for you to practice to your bigger companies. But she said if you're just getting into it and you don't have a field trainer, do 10 and under.
That's also another thing, guys. You want to get a field trainer. And it's not so much as to, oh, I don't want to do this with this person and share this with this person. But in all honesty, wouldn't it make sense, and wouldn't you agree that it's so much better to share 50% of something than 0% of nothing? They're experts. They know what they doing. They've gotten no's. They know the lingo. They know what to say. They're there to help and assist you. And then you can just say, you know what? I think I got it. I'm gonna do it by myself. I promise you. They're gonna be like, okay, no problem. You can come back to me later. So again, I put in the chat some supporting events, and I'm sorry that it is small. What you could do is just take a screenshot of it to blow it up and see the information, or if you can scan that QR code. Those are a lot of supporting information for those people that are interested in being in the B2B side of the business and working with small businesses, etc. Again, I highly recommend that you take the full service training. John, what's that link that you had on that sheet? So I can put that in the chat as well, on where they can reach out to full service training. Also, it is in your calendar. When you go into your Legal Shield calendar, and I believe the title actually does say full service training, and it will let you know about all the full service trainings that are coming up and available this month as well as next month too. And you can also sign up for them. I did see some other questions in the chat. Let me see if I can get it pulled back up. I got to go back a little bit. It was asked, how would you get a prospect who is interested in group only performance club qualified during the first month, as group turnaround times seems to be really slower than network? That's exactly correct. She hit it on the nose. Groups, it's the funniest thing. They just take a little bit longer sometimes. And this person is interested in doing group, that's great. That's wonderful. Again, my first thing I'm going to recommend is going to the training so that you can get a whole bunch of the lingo and information that's going to help you. From that point on, if you're all set and ready, you want to get a field trainer. There are field trainers all over the United States, and you don't have to use a field trainer directly in your state. And then from there, I would recommend talking with your field trainer so that they can also help and guide you on what to do. In regards to this particular individual, since they've already fast start qualified and all that other stuff, I would tell them go to the training, get the information, and then do the activities. Also, because group takes longer, continue to work your warm market or your local community and stuff like that so that you're not a starving artist, that you're not making money while you're waiting on these big groups. They take longer. It's not by our choice of design. I promise you, talk to field trainers, anyone else who's been doing it for a while. We've got quite a few people, Mr. Riches, Mr. Tanner as well, and they will tell you groups take just a little bit longer. Smaller groups, they do actually go a little bit faster if you're able to talk with the person who's the decision maker, not necessarily the receptionist, by the way, too, because they're gatekeepers, but the person who makes the decisions on benefits for that company.
Hey,
I
Sonora,
don't
I'm gonna
see any
share my
other
screen. I'm
questions
sorry.
there. Okay.
Let me share my screen real quick. So somebody asked where you find the SBSG certification trainings. So this is Ellis Engage. You would log into your Ellis Engage report. This is the My Business page. You'll see this show up right in the top of it. These little icons across the top, resources. And then you would click down here, full service training. And then did I go to the right one? I did go to the right one. Okay. Live events, full service SBSG training, upcoming class list. When you click on that, you'll notice the same thing. Now these little Eventbrite things are live. You can actually click on them and go to the trainings or go to register for these trainings because
Register.
they're live through this. And then this would be the next month. Okay, these tabs at the bottom. Clear as mud.
And then also, if you could, right above that, guys, where it says full service SBSG certification trainers,
Ah,
right above that, that's going to tell you where your trainers are.
but you can't
And
reach
then,
out to these until you've gone through the SBSG. So let's be clear about that.
yeah, it's actually, I was looking at the one above it. I'm sorry, to find out where your field trainers are located. There we go. And exactly like John said, you can't reach out to a field trainer until you took the class. Come on now. Y'all know that.
Yeah, typically, a lot of times the trainers are actually at the class. So
They are. And they are our trainers that we have are really great and really wonderful and quite knowledgeable.
Oh, one more thing. If you don't go to Mike's class, you can only do groups 50 and under. So the SBS is for small groups or businesses. And then when they take Mike's class, then that's when they can do groups over 50.
a lot of group questions, and I appreciate that. Anything else you see we should address, or should we? It's 6 after. We've gone a little long here this evening. I can't hear you, Sonora.
Oh, sorry. There's one more. It says if you spoke with a VP of a company and he says not interested, would it make sense to call back and ask for the DM or the HR?
Well, I wouldn't do it right away. I wouldn't want to upset them. But
Right.
6 months later, call in and get a hold of the HR person. You might even say, "Hey, I talked to Larry, VP, and he wasn't too interested in this, but I thought, maybe if I talk to you, maybe you have the, right people's ear. I mean, you could do something like that. I mean, usually if somebody tells me no and they're with the company, I'm not going to go back in and try again. It's just, unless some time has passed or I know somebody has left that particular business. I don't think it hurts, after a certain amount of time has gone by for exactly what Sonora said. This isn't the season for them. Maybe your approach,
Follow up.
maybe it was just your approach. Yeah. Follow up.
Yep. Follow up a little bit later.
A lot of people say no means maybe. So
Yep.
that's the way to look at it.
All right, everybody. Well, we appreciate everybody coming in for the Monday main event. I'm so happy that you all were here. We hope very much that this was informative and fun. And like I said, for next week, if you guys could, little homework, bring me your wins and tell me all about the wins that you've had all week long. And no win is too small. So again, appreciate everybody being here this evening. I'm gonna turn it back to John Fehrenbach to close us out.
Listen, everybody, thank you for being here. Unmute and say goodnight. And again, we appreciate everybody being here. And we want to continue to build this Monday night meeting, so that you have over 100 people. And we want to build our Performance Club qualifiers. I mean, Mark has a goal of having 100 on his team. I'd like us to be that 100. So let's get performance qualified and get continue with the consistency on our business. This is honorable work that we do, and you know what? I wouldn't want to do it with anybody else. Good night, everybody.